This is my home. I have lived a stone's throw away from Noarlunga Downs and Christie Downs my entire life. And what's going on hurts. There is a creek just down the street from where my mum, my sister and I found our home in Noarlunga Downs. This creek is where I learned that frogs are really hard to catch, and inch ants aren't your friends even if you're really nice to them. There was a time that was my last visit to that creek as a child, which I don't remember, but I remember it fondly as a beautiful place of nature. I grew up, time moved on, and long forgotten was the creek, which was actually a concrete storm drain. In the middle of 2020, my mum and I heard of a rescue dog in desperate need of a home. Of course, we took her in. It didn't matter that she was 35 kilos of terrified and traumatized. It became very clear very quickly that she needed routine and habit to feel secure, and truth be told, I needed that too. So importantly for my mental health and for her well-being, we would go on a walk a day. And the streets in which we would walk, ironically called Challenge Drive, we would trip over trash and trolleys in every direction on every walk. What started out as a mission to help a dog adjust and to improve my mental health rapidly became something bigger, connected to a bigger story, something heartbreaking, but that felt very much the tip of the iceberg. So not long after my mum and I adopted Fifi, Fifi and I adopted Challenge Drive through Adopt-A-Spot scheme. And we made our little dent in what was a mountain of rubbish. In a period of about 2 years, it seemed to have made a difference. There were less trolleys and there were less rubbish. Until one fateful day, she took me on a walk down memory lane, back to Challenge Creek. I don't have the words to accurately describe the smell of putrid, rotting plants that was smothered in plastic. The discards of everyone's rubbish along the street blew down towards the storm drain, and without intervention would have found itself not so far from where we stand today. Upon seeing the immense amount of rubbish that had collected in Challenge Creek, I was devastated, and a little voice in my head said, "You absolute goose, like you really think you could make a big difference. You haven't made a difference at all." But I had. She was standing there next to me after 2 years, peacefully, mostly adjusted, and having made a couple of kilos difference in how much rubbish had ended up in that creek. We walked home more slowly that day. When we got home, I posted a selfie of Fifi and I on Facebook, sharing what we'd seen. And not long after, 24 people, mostly strangers, connected to Adopt-A-Spot who were moved by the plight of Challenge Creek, came together and pulled out more than 300 kilos of rubbish that was destined to end up down our waterways and towards our coastlines. The reason that I want to share this with you is because all of us are facing something that is so globally big we feel immensely powerless. But there is much power in deciding to focus on what is immediately in front of you on your journey of looking after yourself and who may be by your side. Doing what you can, even if it is as small as one bit of rubbish at a time, one small action at a time. When you follow your heart and you do this, and you share what you see with others, you will be surprised by how much support you will have. You will be surprised at what difference you can make. If you are feeling overwhelmed and daunted by the scale of what we are seeing, connect in with the network. Join places like Adopt-A-Spot, whether you happen to have a beautiful rescue dog who needs it or not. Take on board what you can. Speak clearly and proudly to other people that there is hope. because there is hope.
It's a frumpy walk in the rain, but it's a frumpy dumpy. Smile.